Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another live stream. Thanks for tuning in today for the live stream. We are going to be taking a look at our community portfolio. If we take a look right now, we're sitting at about $1,109. I will say that we do have a little bit of about $13 of my Ethereum in there. I will be getting that out of there as quickly as possible. But for the most part, we're sitting at about $1,100. We're actually doing okay. Really no big increases for us. Cardano's still sitting around that $500 mark. Decentraland's still around $300. Anchor's still around $200. Polygon's the only one that's been doing fairly decent for us. We're about at 120, 24 there, so not a bad mark for us. I think there is going to be a lot of potential coming up in the next couple of weeks. I think we see obviously we saw a lot of decreases just the last 2 days or 3 days. So a very big drop across the market, and we're going to be seeing those increases continue to rise hopefully throughout this weekend. Usually weekends have been doing pretty good for us just here recently. We'll see if that continues to stay a thing. As we go into the prices, though, we do see a lot of movement. So right here, we see the basic attention token, about 17% increase, a 20% increase in Ox alone. Decentraland is finally above $1 again. You guys have been talking about Decentraland. It is above $1. We're doing all right. $1.06. A lot of people were wondering, should I get rid of my Decentraland, or is it a good time to sell? Well, now you're above that dollar and we're looking up. So we'll see what happens with Decentraland. Anchor also doing fairly well. We're up about 3%. If we go down a little bit more, we can see NMR up about 14%. Just a lot of increases. And the ones that are red, we're seeing about 1 to 2% decreases on average. So nothing too crazy there. But the market overall with that 2.77% increase, we're seeing some very good things. So what else do we have? Pundy StormX advice. What's popping? Hey, Trap House, how are we doing? Hey, RM2, how are you doing? Look at Rune. Okay, I actually have seen, Tommy, I've seen you talk about Rune quite a lot, so hopefully we'll get to that on this live stream. First, let's help out, Trap House didn't ask for it. Cedric asked for Pundy and StormX. So Pundy is actually one we're not going to take a look at. Unfortunately, there's so much confusion going on with Pundy in the swap, but I will say right away, Pundy is going to continue to rise in value. Pundy X is definitely one of those coins that, like right now, if we actually, we're going to do it. Let's go to Pundy X. So unfortunately, for those of you who don't know, if you look up Pundy right now on CoinGecko, you're going to see 3 different options. So there's a lot of confusion going on with Pundy, and that's why we've seen such a good dip. This is just a great buy opportunity for a lot of people. Hello, everyone joining in. We are looking at Pundy X right now, and let's take a look at the Pundy X. So we do see a $5.54 Pundy X. For those of you who don't know, I believe it was a 1 to 1,000 swap. So everyone who had the previous NPXS, you basically traded in 1,000 of those for one Pundy X. Is basically a token swap, and now we're seeing it right around that $5.54 range. I'm not sure if CoinGecko honestly is going to be completely accurate. Unfortunately, it seems like the markets are kind of all over on Pundy X right now. However, I will say most of the markets are very low, and I will say that Pundy X is going to be a very good coin. There was a lot of potential before this swap. The swap didn't change anything. It realistically didn't change anything. So you're going to see this increase for Pundy X for sure. I think Pundy X is really undervalued right now for sure. And it's just because, like I said, so much confusion. There's 3 different coins when you look up Pundy on CoinGecko, and all beginners are going to be kind of wary of that. And I will say, if you buy NPXS, you do have to do the swap manually in most cases. So make sure you understand how that all works, and that is kind of what's withstanding and withholding a lot of people from investing in Pundy X. So we do have a lot of people in here now. Thank you guys for all coming into the stream today. Make sure to like the stream right away so we get that like going. Try not to spam the chat as well, or unfortunately, I'll have to put it in timeout. But we will try to review as many coins as we possibly can. So let's see what else we had. We had Rune. Tommy, you want me to take a look at Rune? So I haven't actually looked at Rune specifically here, recently, but I have taken a look at Rune in the past. So Thorchain or Rune. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. So we're seeing a massive increase, obviously an 89% increase, but a 14-day period, we see a 144% increase. This is definitely one that we've seen a lot of people have been talking about. It is ranked number 52, so I wouldn't call it a low cap gem. However, this could definitely be considered a gem still, as it definitely has a potential to do maybe a 5 to 10x. Let's take a look at the actual website itself. For those of you who don't know about Thor, we do see like I said, a massive increase over time here, going into somewhat of a stable spot and then still increasing. So we have yet to see much of a correction. I would be surprised to see, no correction within the next couple of days. I do think we will see a small correction or dip, a decent entry point for another increase to come. So if we go to Thorchain's, the website, you can read more about what Thorchain really is. It's just a very interesting coin itself. They have a new website, V.1, it says, learn about polling, but we'll actually go down to the very bottom, see if they have a quick about for us. So Thorchain is building a chain-agnostic bridging protocol that will allow trustless and secure value transfer connections with most other chains such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Monero, and all Binance chain. Users will be able to instantly swap any asset at a fair market price and deep liquidity. Token holders will be able to stake any asset and earn on liquidity fees. Projects will be able to access manipulation and resistant price feeds, accept payments in any currencies, no matter the type of liquidity. So there's a lot there for you guys to actually read, but it is available on Binance, and I do think this one is a very good one to look at because, yes, I do think there is a small dip coming or a correction coming, but I do think it's going to be a massive increase over time. So you want... Yeah, VET is a very good one. A lot of people talking about VET, it looks like. So let me take a look at VET real quick for you guys. Then we'll jump in and take a look at our portfolio again just to see what's going on there. Panic selling is not good. Yeah, panic selling is almost never good. You'll pretty much always sell at the wrong time if you're panic selling, unfortunately. So you will try to have to... unfortunately, the only way to really learn is through experience and then trying to get as much information from YouTubers as possible, or, other sources is definitely a viable option as well. What I would suggest is, well, let me make sure I'm typing in the right coin here. What did I just say I was going to do? Let me read through here and make sure I got the right one that we were going to take a look at. It did look like we were going to take a look at VeChain, VET. That's what we were going to look at. VeChain's doing very good, I think, today specifically. Let's go to Coinbase for that one just because I think they do have everything we need on Coinbase. It's definitely going to be a big potential for VeChain. I think we talked about VeChain obviously a lot on this channel for obvious reasons. It's one of those coins we do see a lot of potential in, and we think it's going to be continued potential throughout the rest of 2021. There's a lot of people investing in VeChain right now. And like I said, if we take a look at the last month, we see a 101.74% increase, just massive potential behind VeChain. If we take a look at the market cap, we're seeing it about that $8.4 billion mark, and a volume in the last 24 hours being that 1.4 billion, circulating supply around 64.3 billion VET. So if you guys don't know what VeChain is, this is really the biggest part of investing, is finding out what your coin's about and trying to believe in what they are, trying to sell to you. You have to really dig a little deeper than just the initial, summary, and understand if there's actually some value behind it. So VeChain is a cryptocurrency and smart contracts platform focused on supply chain management. It allows manufacturers to add sensors such as RFID tags to their products that can then record data on the VeChain blockchain. So it's a very, very cool concept. We will continue to see a lot of information on VeChain, I'm sure, because there is going to be a high rise in amount of people that are going to be investing in VeChain because of the value and potential behind it. Hey, it looks like we got a donation. W. Irv, thank you so much for the donation. Any thoughts on UBX or Ubix Network? Let's take a look at the Ubix Network real quickly and see if there's anything there for us to really do some digging in. Ubix is one that I've actually looked at just a little bit. I haven't looked in too much, so I won't probably give you much of a price prediction or anything, but we'll take a look and see if it looks like a good buy based on the price chart alone. So an absolutely massive increase in the last 30 days and 14 days. So we have no market cap available on CoinGecko, so I would like to see that market cap. However, the trading volume is also fairly low. Just a lot of potential in some of these, low cap altcoins. I would like to see the cap, like I said, but it does look like it would be very, very low with the trading volume we have right now. If we take a look at the last 14 days, pretty much just increases. We did see some, a little small correction here going from that 0.002 down to that 0.0019. And I should say 0.0025. So, it was actually a decent decrease. And we saw it kind of jump back up, and now we're seeing it right around that. Let's see what our price is right now. So it's 34.9% increase in the last 24 hours alone. We see it right around that 0.00345. So that is a very, very good entry point still, I think, because this coin is one of those that you can really kind of just see the potential in the price chart alone. But I won't say it's a great entry point. I actually take that back a little bit, guys. Sorry about that. It's one of those coins I would do more research in first, obviously. It's one of those coins I've looked at, but based on this price chart alone, I just wanted to, say it was a good entry point because we are looking at a very, very bullish chart. It's been just constant climbs. Obviously, we saw a stable spot here, going into a constant climb here in the late Friday. We're going to see hopefully continued increase. So I do think this is a fairly good buy. It does look like it's available on KuCoin, which always raises some value onto the coin because the availability does play a key role in really how easily how many people want to jump into the coin based on how easy it is to get it. It's definitely a key factor there. So let's take a look at Ubix.network. We are Ubix, a digital universe with endless possibilities. Okay, so the Ubix idea behind it, the ecosystem. Okay, there's a lot of information here for us to actually look over. I think there is going to be a video coming up on this one specifically because I have actually talked about this one in the past and a couple live streams ago, and I think it's going to be one that we're going to take a look at because I do like what we're seeing, and obviously with you guys donating and stuff, asking for Ubix, I think there's a lot more to be had here, and because of that, we'll definitely try to do a video about this one. Thank you for that $10 donation. I really do appreciate it, but let's jump back into our Coinbase. So we do see a lot of potential behind a few of these coins for sure. If we take a look at the front page alone in the last 24 hours, we have seen, like I said, very, very good increases, about a 2.74% increase in the last 24 hours of the market. If we go to our portfolio, this is going to be our portfolio balance right now as a community, about that $1,113. So we have gone, we've done decently. I would like to make some changes today if you guys would like to. I think Mana, when did we buy Mana? If we go back in, it does look like we bought... Okay, it's not going to tell us exactly. There is a way to do that, but I actually don't use Coinbase for all of my cryptocurrency, so I couldn't tell you exactly where that's all going to be located. But Decentraland is one that we could move around. I do like Decentraland, but it's at $1.06 right now, so we're looking at a fairly decent price. So it's up to you guys. Let me know in the comments of the live stream if you guys want us to move any money around. When we get this thing to about $2,000, $3,000, we will probably do a $1,000 or $500 giveaway at the very least. Maybe do $100 winners and just do 5 or 10 winners. So that'll be fun if we can actually get this thing moving on the right direction. It does look like we have a lot of questions about Theta. So let's take a look at Theta real quickly. Theta is one we talk a lot about on this channel because, like everyone knows, Theta is one of those coins that has a massive potential. Not every coin is going to live up to the potential. You guys have to remember that. So when looking for coins, just because it has potential doesn't always mean, like I said, it's going to live up to that. So Theta is one of those that I do believe is going to live up to that potential. And because of that, let's take a look at the last week alone. So we see it about at 12.59 right now, an 8.57% increase. It's looking fairly good. We did have a stable spot up until this most recent jump. We had a nice looking jump up to about 13.70. Kind of a decrease here with the market crash as well. It did kind of withstand the market crashing fairly well. However, in the last month, we do see a 156% increase. So overall, we're still on that increase and incline, hopefully continue on that incline. We do see a market cap at about 12.6 billion. The volume in the last 24 hours being that 330.4 million, and the circulating supply being that 1 billion. I think we will have, and this is going to be kind of a different kind of prediction for you guys. I think by the end of May, we're going to be seeing Theta with a volume in the last 24 hours being over 1 billion, and I really truly believe that by the very end of very end of May, I think that's going to start happening. We're going to be at least very, very close to that 1 billion volume in the last 24 hours. Obviously, that's going to be increasing our Theta price. I think a lot of that's going to be input and continuing to see Theta climb. So I think Theta is going to still be at a great price point by mid-April. But after mid-April, I think Theta won't really ever go below that $12 mark again. Before mid-April, we could possibly see it go below $12 on a correction, but I don't think it'll happen after, like I said, mid-April. I think $12 is going to be our new low point. With really no way of going below that floor is what I'm trying to look for here. So let's take a look at some more questions. It does look like Happy Kids, what is the time to enter ETH? So the time to enter ETH, let's go take a look at ETH and see if there's a good time. Obviously, a lot of people interested in ETH right now. It's actually, I think it was more searches on ETH than there was Bitcoin. I think I just looked at that in an article recently today. So it's pretty massive. I think ETH is going to continue to grow, obviously, over time. Hopefully, they can get their things figured out and actually get some projects up and really start to fix their fees altogether. Obviously, a lot of problems with their fees currently. We do see in the last 24 hours about a 0.49% increase, so nothing massive. If we take a look at the last week, still nothing massive, a 0.63% increase. We take a look at the last, try not to spam chat, just It is just me today. I don't have any mods, so try not to spam chat. I'll have to mute you. In the last month, we do have a $2,076 is where we're looking at right now. Sorry, I was trying to ban at the same time as talk. So yeah, $2,076 is where we're at right now. 13.49% increase. Let's try to find out where a good spot is to to actually enter Ethereum like we were asked. So if we take a look at the last month, actually, I do like looking at the last week personally. So we do see, it above that $2,000 mark. Do I think it'll go below $2,000? I do think it'll have another dip. I don't know if it'll actually reach below $2,000. Unfortunately, Ethereum is one of those coins that I will continue to think, I think there's a lot of potential behind it. It's one of those coins, like I said, like Bitcoin, that is going to continue pretty much a bull run throughout the rest of April and May at the very, very least. Ethereum's no different than Bitcoin in that regard. It's going to continue to increase and actually maybe faster than Bitcoin. For Ethereum right now, with obviously Uniswap holding most of the coins for people in America, if you don't have Binance.com or with a VPN running, there's so much need for Ethereum, and because of that, I do see a very, very large increase coming. I think Ethereum is going to be going on a bull run here, and by the end of May, we could consider seeing a $2,500 Ethereum. So you do have to be careful with that. Make sure. I have an error right now, so making sure you guys can still see the screen and everything. It did have an error, said YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, if you guys are experiencing buffering, just let me know. I think there's going to be basically a great spot to jump in on Ethereum here. I don't think it's going to be below $2,000 very, very much if it is. So if it does get below $2,000, you are finding yourself a good entry point. During the correction is really what you guys will really want to buy, obviously, in correction. So if you guys can find a good, stable correction, jumping in at those correction levels is going to be very, very important to make sure you make the most out of your most out of your money. You want to make sure you're investing stuff that does have a very, very good high potential of increase. And obviously, if you buy it at a dip, you're going to see that. B-Pro is cheap, pick it up ASAP. So let's take a look at B-Pro. Happy kids, I usually talk about XRP, however, I won't right now. Because XRP is obviously still suspended, and there's really nothing to invest in right there at the moment. But if we take a look at what we were going to look at, it was B-Pro. B-Pro is one of those that we always love to look at on this channel, specifically because there is going to be long-term potential behind it. I think B-Pro will continue to actually stabilize and then rise. Right now we are seeing a gradual decrease. In the last week alone, we see a 34% decrease. A lot of people are kind of worried about that. I do think it is going to continue to do well, though. We do see it about that 0.0183 right now with a 192.4% increase. B-Pro is a great entry point right now, like previously said. Anytime you can get B-Pro below that 0.2 mark, I think it is a fairly good entry point, and we will see B-Pro continue to rise over time. Obviously, a lot of bots, like I said, on KuCoin right now are bot trading B-Pro left and right, so you're seeing them buy at cheap rates and sell at higher rates, and then so on and so forth. These bots are basically controlling B-Pro's market, so hopefully that comes to an end, and we'll see what happens. So we will take a look at BTT because a lot of people are asking about BTT, and hopefully we'll see what BTT has to offer. I think a lot of people are interested in BTT because, like we said previously, it has a lot of utility behind it. There's a lot of potential behind BTT, and it's definitely one of those coins we take a look at quite a lot on this channel. So definitely take a look at some previous videos if you want to learn more about my price predictions on it. But let's do a quick overview of what BTT is looking like right now. So in the last 24 hours, we do see a 5% decrease. In the last week alone, though, we do see about a 65% increase. So a pretty good increase going on. With that last month alone, we do see a 600% increase. Sitting right now about that 0.009, we see a market cap at about $6 billion, a volume in the last 24 hours being that $2 billion, and the circulating supply being that 660 billion BTT. So a lot of potential behind those stats right there alone. We do see that there's a massive amount of people that are interested in BTT, and I think the volume will continue to rise as well as the market cap as we get more and more investors involved with BitTorrent. You guys have to remember DLive is coming. BitTorrent is actually going to DLive really and starting to support that. And then you also have to remember the BTFS, the file share system, basically. Those are both still coming. So when those come, I think BitTorrent will continue to rise, specifically with the BTFS. That'll be a big one. And it's coming soon. So we don't know exactly, a perfect date on that. But when it does come, when those updates come and those projects are finally released, we are going to see a massive increase for sure on BitTorrent. Let me take a look at some of these comments in the channel. If you guys haven't already left a like on the video, definitely try to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Just leave notifications or turn on notifications as well. Okay, so we see let's see what else we have. You are a big legend. Crypto. I won the $1,000 or sorry, 1,000 Quam. Can you maybe say what you think about it? Quam, yeah. You won the 1,000 Quam. Okay. What was your Discord username? I know we did have 3 obviously winners on the 1,000 Quam. Try not to spam, Mathis. I will try to get to everybody's comments, but try not to spam too hard. Quam. Okay, so Quam's back to 0.15, so it's actually higher than when you got the giveaway. So you hopefully did make, make some good money on that. We're seeing it at, if you got 1,000 Quam, you're seeing about $150 right now of Quam. I do think there's still potential behind Quam. They were doing a decent amount of press for Quam and marketing, and I would assume they have more plans. Usually they don't throw money at marketing just to throw money at marketing when there's nothing coming up or nothing in the works. So I think because of that, we're going to continue to see at least Quam increase for a little while. If we take a look at the last month, though, we did see a massive increase to about 0.4 and then a massive dip into about that 0.15 range. So we'll see what happens. The volume is still fairly low. However, it's not low enough to where it will tank within seconds usually. It is definitely low enough to where it could happen. I just don't see it happening with the $362,000 24-hour volume. We'll see. We'll have to continue to monitor it. But if you know what the Quam network is, and I'm sure you've taken a look at it after you won the giveaway, Quam is one of those that I would say that has a fairly good shot of continuing to increase or at least stabilize. You got to remember, before this huge increase, we saw it around that 6 to 7 cent range. After this huge increase in correction, we did see it around that 14, 13 cent range, 15 cent range. So we're continuing to see that increase over time. So if we go up again, we will obviously have maybe a stabilization into another correction. But as long as we stabilize higher than the previous stabilization, we are looking like we are going to continue increasing. Hopefully that remains true with Quam. Obviously, Quam hasn't been around too long, so it's hard to know specifically, but March 17th, Quam was released. So holding on to it for a little bit longer, usually in most cases, would not be too big of a problem. Do remember, guys, I am not a financial, I'm not a financial advisor, so always do your own research. Thank you for liking the content, Shalomi. I appreciate it. My Discord is okay. Yep, you did definitely win the giveaway. Congratulations on that 1,000 Quam. Hopefully it continues to increase and it turns that from 140 originally to hopefully you get all the way to this 40 cents and it becomes $400. That would be awesome. I'd really be happy for you, as well as I think I'm holding 1,000 Quam as well, just for the heck of it. Hey, can you comment on Oreo Finance? Let me take a look at our Oreo Finance for you. There is a bunch of comments going in through here, and it is hard to get to everyone's coin. So just try not to spam and try to keep asking about your coin every once in a while, and I will try to take a look at it. So we do have Oreo Finance. I don't think I have looked at Oreo Finance specifically. Let's take a look though and see what's all going on. Iota, bro. We'll take a look at Iota maybe. Give me 1 second to take a look at Oreo, and we'll hopefully jump on the Iota train. So we do see Oreo Magic DeFi.finance. If we go to the website, I want to check out the website as well because I don't actually know which months. So right off the start, I will say there is some potential red flags. We see basically just red decreases throughout the rest of the 14 days, 7 days, and 24-hour periods. That's never really a good sign. As well, it is on PancakeSwap. It says so that could be a good. That is good. I mean, anytime anything's on PancakeSwap, that is a positives. As PancakeSwap is much cheaper than Uniswap fees-wise, and a lot of people use PancakeSwap for obvious reasons. So, that's not a bad idea. Let's see what this is all about, though. Oreo and Magic Decentralized Future DeFi Ecosystem. So they talk more about what is going on here. I would like to know more about the coin specifically before I give you guys any information on it, but I'm not seeing much here on the website for us to. Okay, so Oreo DeFi Finance is a decentralized source of companies, is a unique firm that aims to make DeFi protocols and crypto loans. The OR ecosystem provides the tools, resources, and ease of use necessary for running successful low-risk investments. So there is some potential behind something like this. I don't know if I would specifically invest in now. We are seeing massive decreases until we start seeing a little bit more green. I know we see a 1% in the last 24 hours, but unfortunately that's not enough for me to say. Unfortunately, like I said, that's not enough for me to say that this is a good project. I would wait for some small increases to occur, or at least a stabilization without so much decreasing for a little bit, because this could easily tank all the way down to zero. We are very close to we're getting closer and closer to zero, as we started at that about 3 cent range, and now we're sitting Wow. So very, very sharp decrease. Now we're sitting at about 0.0037. So yeah, I would hang off on this one just for a little bit longer, see what's going on. And then you can maybe jump in onto stable or a decrease or, a dip that's looks well enough for you to jump in. Theta is Godzilla. I love Theta. I think Theta is going to be huge. I talk about Theta so much because I love it so much. If you guys ever get annoyed about Theta, just let me know, because I do tend to jump to Theta as quickly as possible. We did just talk about Theta, so we're not going to jump into Theta, but we will take a look at Iota, like I believe we had a couple people that were talking about Iota. So Iota is a pretty cool, you'll hear when sees Iota. Okay, so let's see what Iota is all about. So we do see a 24-hour period of a small increase. We talk about the last week alone, a massive 17% increase. In the last month, we do see about a 48.33% increase. Very, very good so far. In the last year, we do see a 1,000% increase. The market cap sitting at about 5.4 billion. The volume in the last 24 hours being that 255.5 million, and the circulating supply being that 2.8 billion Iota. So Iota is designed to facilitate microtransactions between devices on Internet of Things. Iota uses a unique consensus algorithm called the Tangle that requires users to validate two transactions in order to make a transaction of their own. So I like the idea behind this one already. So let's take a look at Iota specifically and see what's all going on. So securing data, Iota protects the integrity and verifiability of data. So this one's been around for a while. Obviously, I know a decent amount about Iota. It's not specifically one that I invest a lot in. I've been wanting to get in Iota for a while, and I should have probably a while back, but there's so many coins that I've been jumping into, obviously with a lot of top 10 coins as well as investing in those low hidden cap gems. But we do see a lot of potential in this coin specifically. If you take a look at this last month, you are seeing mostly increases over time. I won't probably be giving you any predictions on Iota. Unfortunately, I think you just asked about the predictions as well. But I do think Iota is a big coin with that 5.4 billion market cap. It's actually not too large yet. I think it's got a lot of potential behind it. But like I said, no price predictions today. I do want to do a little bit more of a catch-up research for myself to make sure I'm making accurate videos. So I will probably do an Iota price prediction here soon, so keep an eye out for that. Do remember, guys, I make more than 3 videos a day. So if you have certain videos you want to take a look at, go check the channel out and start searching through them, because I most likely have done a video on the coin you're talking about. So remember, I do about 8 videos per day, and only 3 of them get notifications. So you have notifications on, you will get 3 notifications, but there's 5 other videos that day that you probably missed out on. So always go take a look at the channel and see if there's anything you want to take a look at. So Iota, like I said, it's one of those coins that we will continue to monitor. I think we're going to definitely do a video on it. I think there's a lot of potential behind this one. We're actually seeing a decent entry point at the $1.93 right now. It obviously went all the way to $2. So it's actually an okay entry point. I won't say this is the best entry point. I think after an increase like this over the last week alone, that 15%, we could see a smaller decrease or dip coming. We did see it go all the way to $1.60. So right now is not the safest spot to invest in, but it does look fairly decent. I think if you're jumping in for the long term anyway, it doesn't really matter, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but it doesn't really matter when you really jump in because you're holding it long term. So it's kind of up to you where you want to jump in, and you don't want to miss out, obviously, but $1.93 is not a bad price, but you could definitely see this one dropping to maybe $1.80 before another huge increase. I do think the huge increases are going to continue to come. It does look like they're mostly gradual for the most part, but I do, like I said, think they're going to continue to come with Iota. Only 255.5 million in the last 24 hours. That's a very small amount for Iota. I think with Iota, I always think it's a lot more, a lot bigger than it is. So because of that, I would definitely stay with this one. I think this is going to be a great coin. I think there's going to be a lot more volume coming to Iota, definitely with the more and more crypto users every quarter at this point. As more people join, Iota's being one of those coins that's just well known. I think a lot of people are going to jump on this train. So we could see Iota doing big things. So I would stay tuned on Iota. Let me take a look at the chat here. A lot of people asking about OXT as well as Crow. I do see a little bit more OXT, so we will go to OXT because we do see a guy also saying Crow spammer, so hopefully nobody's spamming, but we'll take a look at OXT for that reason. Orchid is one of those that I always called. It was funny, I called it in the video Orchid the entire time, and a lot of people called me out for that, so I will change my the way of talking here to Orchid. Orchid is definitely one of those coins that we do like on this channel. I haven't checked back up on it in a while. I do think it's going to be a big coin though. We do see it right around that 80 cents mark right now, and there is a lot of potential behind this coin as well. We see it around 80 cents, but if you take a look at the last week, we do see a gradual increase, not a gradual increase, a massive increase here into a gradual decline, and then another passive kind of gradual increase. Crispin Gomez, thank you for the donation. I will definitely take a look at Anchor for you. I did do an Anchor video this morning, Crispin, so if you want to take a look at that as well, definitely add that maybe to your watch later and watch the Anchor video later. But I will definitely do a quick look for you on Anchor right after this Orchid summary here. So Orchid's looking pretty good. If we take a look at the last month, a 40% increase that is going to continue to grow, I believe. With a lot of people investing, we have that market cap only at 295 still, so it's still a fairly low cap gem. It's not, I wouldn't say a low cap gem. It's a fairly low cap, but I wouldn't call it a gem. We could definitely see this one continue to increase with the 57.4 million in the last 24 hours alone. The circulating supply being that 367.6 million OXT. There is a lot of potential in something like this. I think Orchid, what it does is it's an Ethereum token that powers the Orchid network, a peer-to-peer privacy tool that includes a decentralized VPN and other features designed to give users more control over their internet connection. OXT can be used to pay for bandwidth or staked by bandwidth providers in order to operate a node. So there is a lot of potential, like I said, in something like this. So we will continue to take a look at it. But like I said, there is an Orchid video. I think it may have been a couple days ago or maybe a week at this point. But go take a look at that video if you want to learn more about my thoughts on Orchid. But I will do an updated price prediction most likely on Orchid here soon. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. Crypto Profit is a robot. Crypto Journeyman, how we doing, man? Let's take a look at Crispin's Anchor now, though. Crispin, thank you again for that donation. I really do appreciate it. Wanchain, it was definitely something we're going to take a look at as well. I had some guy kind of upset about the Wanchain. He's been asking for me to do a video on Wanchain for a while, and he was complaining about how I don't get to the coins and I don't really read comments. I do want you guys to know I do read comments a lot. I mean, a lot of my time is spent reading comments and trying to reply or at least heart them to let you know I did read it and I will check on that coin. But there's so many coins, and there's so many comments, so you have to realize I am trying to take a look at everyone's comments, but it is going to be hard and difficult to do. But without further ado, let's take a look at Anchor for Crispin. And then we'll jump on that Wanchain for sure. There we go. It's loading up here. So not Wanchain. So Anchor is at about 16 cents right now, about 4.77% increase in the last 24 hours alone. If we take a look at the last week, we see a decrease going into a very small point. We saw it about 12 cents, but we did see an increase after that going up to about that 16, 17 cent range. So we are seeing a lot of potential behind Anchor. Anchor is one we talk about a lot on this channel. You guys seem to like Anchor quite a lot, so we will continue to talk about it. I do think there's also a very big potential behind it. We do see it at a very good buy-in point right now at about a 9% decrease in the last week. But you have to keep in mind, it is at a still fairly decent price. So this could continue to dip just a little bit more before another increase. You also have to realize there was a 307% increase in the last month alone. So there's always going to be that potential for another dip. 307% is quite a large increase. So, there's dips coming. I think there is going to be another dip before a massive increase. If not, I'd love for it to prove me wrong, because Anchor is one of those coins that could easily do so. There's a lot of potential behind it. It's a small volume right now because not very many people unfortunately invest in it, and we'll see what happens with Anchor. If you guys don't know what Anchor is, I'll read a quick little note on it. Anchor is an Ethereum token that powers Anchor, a Web3 infrastructure cross-chain staking DeFi platform that aims to make it easy and affordable for anyone to participate in blockchain ecosystems by building dApps, hosting nodes, or staking. So you can also pay for goods and services on the Anchor platform, such as node deployment and API services, participate in on-chain governance, and also act as insurance for network participants. So 63% are people are buying right now, 37% are selling. That's also a good sign. That can change very quickly, and obviously, there's a lot of potential behind something like this. So, you're not getting in at a bad point. I will say, if you believe in the long-term vision, it doesn't really matter where you get in as long as you get out at a very good price, or, wait a while to get out. So I do think, there is going to be a better entry point than this current stance. However, it may not be a very good, it might not be much lower. I can see this one just going to about 14, 15 cents and then, increasing all the way up to 20, 25 cents by the end of April at the very least. Thank you for your opinion. I will ask every 5 minutes, so sorry for messing with you. Hopefully you're right about Crow. I'll take a look at Crow. Thank you for talking to me. Car Crashes, thank you for sticking with us on this stream today. But first off, before Crow, we were going to take a look at, I believe, something else. What was that? Wanchain. Don't want to forget about Wanchain. I know we had a lot of people asking about Wanchain. Let me take a little quick drink of water. Thank you guys so much for joining me with this stream. Definitely leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really do appreciate it. LL crashes your... Oh, okay. Okay, so now Wanchain is what we're going to be taking a look at. Wanchain's up about 3.57%, or I guess 2.92% in the last 24 hours. If we took a look at the last week alone, we do see it about 11.73% increase. In the last month, we do see a 108% increase. Just massive increases, we're seeing on a lot of these coins in the last month. Wanchain is one of those coins that I think, does have a lot of potential. I do have a small bag myself. I think Wanchain will continue to increase. It's a pretty cool idea. So open finance is currently broken. They talk more about blockchain technology is rapidly changing the world as we know it, but public and private blockchain networks are still operating in isolation. Open finance must be connected. Open finance is enabling financial freedom, empowerment, and connectedness that we've never experienced in history. We seek to accelerate this change through global connectivity. So there is a cool concept behind, what Wanchain is, and we'll continue to look at Wanchain in the future. I think we will do a full overview and brief video about Wanchain specifically. We do see it real close to that $2 mark right now. Let's do a quick refresh and see if we can get a new price on Wanchain, see if there's any updates. So about 3.57% increase in the last 24 hours alone. So we do see a fairly good increase going on. In the last month, like I said, that 107%, it's looking pretty good. We did see a stable spot up into a large increase, going into a small dip, and then just kind of a lot of movement here recently. But movement is good. We see a 19.5 million volume in the last 24 hours. The market cap's still fairly low, so you're getting in at a pretty good point. This does have potential to do maybe a 5 to 10x. Do remember, guys, when you're jumping in these coins that have potential for 5 to 10x, you also have potential to lose a lot more money as well. So make sure you're investing in something you believe actually has a very good vision behind it. So let's take a quick look at Crow, because I do see a lot of Crow action going on. I know we have a couple people talking about T-Fuel and Engine. Remember, guys, we did just talk about Theta, so we will jump on T-Fuel and Engine here soon, hopefully, for you guys that are asking about those. If you guys have any special coins you want me to take a look at, it is easier to see your messages if you are, not really subscribed to the channel, but if you guys have joined the channel. So if you want to join the channel, it will be easier to see specific messages, or obviously you can use the super stickers or whatever they're called as well. But let's take a look at Crow. So Crypto.com coin. This is definitely a coin that we've taken a look at on this channel, I believe only once, but we will come back to it. I think there is a lot of potential behind Crow. We actually saw a massive decrease, April 6th with the rest of the market. We saw it go from that 23 cents all the way to about 18 cents. I'm just hoping. So this is one thing I've actually realized. I'll talk about this real quickly. So I do see, a lot of people, all my views on my videos, right? So this is a fairly easy way to find out, when people are looking at cryptocurrencies. So all of my views on my videos decreased a very, very good amount on the day of the decrease, on the day of the crypto decrease. So we saw, just a complete red sea, a red market all over. We saw a lot of decreasing, a lot of dips going on, a lot of corrections pretty much throughout the entire market. And I'm going to say that's the time where you guys really should be looking up more about these coins more than ever, which was very fascinating to me, because I always thought, people will be looking up, in these dips, they want to find out what coins to invest in. So I'll make some videos trying to, appeal to those people, make them happy about, trying to understand which coins have good potential at this low dip market price. But it seemed like a lot of you guys actually would rather look up these coins and what coins to buy when the market is booming. So you guys have it completely backwards. I'm obviously not going to say that's everyone, but it does seem like that's a very general idea of it. A lot of people have it kind of backwards. You don't want to look up more information on these things when the market is booming. You want to look up when the market is completely red. You're getting a good deal. I kept making videos yesterday, saying on sale, on sale, on sale, because pretty much every coin was on sale for the majority of the last 2 days. And you're seeing a very, very good chance to invest in, things like Crypto.com at 18 cents, and now you're already seeing it back to 21 cents. So you're making, good money that way. So I do think, in the future, just a little tip for everyone, start looking up these, more information when the sea of red is here. When there's huge dips and corrections, that's the best time to look into this information. So just wanted to let you guys get that quick tip real quick, because I do think a lot of you guys could be making a lot more money or profits on these things if you jumped in and took a look when the market was red. So Crypto.com, we did see it go to that 18 cents, and now we're seeing it all the way back up to 21 cents already in the last week. We do see a month increase of about 24.4%. So we do see a lot of potential behind Crypto.com. We've talked about it before. Crypto.com chain is an Ethereum token that powers Crypto.com Pay, a service that aims to allow users to pay for goods and services with cryptocurrency while receiving cashback rewards. So it is a very cool concept. I think I do have a referral link for Crypto.com in the description of this video, or at least previous videos, if you want to take a look and jump in. As Crypto.com is an exchange where you can buy and sell cryptocurrencies. But let's take a look at VET, because we do have a lot of VET. We did just talk about VET, though, so I don't know if we should actually go back into VET. Let's take a look at Engine. We did just talk about VET earlier on in this stream, so I won't be talking about VET right now. But let's take a look at Engine. And Engine is above that $3.45 mark. So we will actually, I wonder if we should go to our community pool real quick and talk more about the community pool. As we go to community, we see that. So where will Engine peak this week? So obviously with the the information that came out about Engine making its way to Coinbase Pro and Coinbase altogether. So where will it peak? We had a lot of votes on 320 through 340, and I will say 320 through 340 is already a loser because we saw it peak above that already at 345, but we saw all the way up to $4. So let's take a look here. It did peak at $4 April 9th, 8 a.m. So everyone that voted the $4 is currently a winner. I do think that's going to be right where it stands, at about 15% of you guys voted that. Fairly good voting by you guys. I think that's actually pretty solid a percentage, because you guys, of the middle three, it was the correct middle three. So you guys did a pretty good job there, I think, in my opinion. As the bottom and top one were the more easy to guess contenders in this pick. So you guys did a pretty good job there. Let's take a look at Engine though. So in the last week, we do see, we see some pretty good movement. We see a 33.69% increase in the last month. We see about a 104% increase as well. So just a lot of increasing over time here. And obviously this massive increase was, it had something to do with the Engine being listed on Coinbase. But we did see it kind of fail with the market. So the whole market kind of took a tank right here about April 6th, April 7th. So we did see it start to pretty much tank with the rest of the market. We saw it go all the way to 214, which, remember, guys, if you guys were on top of it on this day when you saw the Red Sea and you knew what Engine was, you understood what the potential was behind it, and you invested in it, after this announcement, you would have been making a lot of good money here if you were able to get in at 214 and jump out or close to that $4 mark. You're almost making about a 2x per coin. So I mean, just massive potential there. I think Engine will obviously die off, unfortunately. The Coinbase effect does always come in, and it increases, yes, insane rates. However, it always tanks back down, and we're starting to see that already. It went from $4 all the way to $3.46, and it may go back up, but my guess is we continue to see this one not go above $4. I think $4 is going to be our peak, and we'll see Engine continue to decrease all the way down to about $2.80, maybe $3. So hopefully it will continue to keep some of that profit, but we still do have 80% buying and only 20% selling. So I think that's a very interesting stat to actually see there at the bottom. I don't know how up to date or recent this is, so this could be inaccurate, but for the most part, we're seeing a lot of people still buying, it looks like, and that's very shocking because you're buying at a very, very high rate. And, after this Coinbase effect, we usually see these coins come all the way back down, like we saw with Cardano. Cardano went all the way up to about $1.40, came all the way back down. Now we see it at like $1.20 pretty much every day. So you do have to remember that, these prices are going to be boosted up and they are going to come back down. So Engine over $8 soon. Yeah, it's definitely possible. I think Engine's a great coin. I guess I didn't talk more about how Engine was a great coin. Engine's an awesome coin. I think this coin specifically is going to do great. However, right now, it's a risky time to invest. I do think right now it's not the best time for people to invest their money into Engine. It's just more of a risky market. You could take advantage of it, and if you do well, you do well. But like I said, it's a risky time to invest in Engine. I think I would wait until maybe seeing it closer to that $3 mark at the very least. I'm going to read some more of these comments and see if there's anything else we want to take a look at real quickly. If you guys could all like the video, if you haven't already, or the stream, I guess. If you guys could all like the stream, I will be reading some comments here and trying to find out what we should take a look at next. So we do have Tommy. Tommy, you haven't been spamming, so let's take a look at that one because you have been asking about that one for a while. I saw it earlier, so thanks for not spamming. It looks like you're saying Boston Protocol. So let's take a look at Boston Protocol. We may want to take a look at this one on CoinGecko because I don't think if it's new, I don't think Coinbase will have a great information on it at the very least. So Boston Protocol, we have actually taken a look at this one in, I believe, in a Hidden Gem series. So, just because we've taken a look at it in a Hidden Gem series doesn't mean we thought it was amazing. We would have had to talk about it and decide for ourselves if it was a hidden gem potentially. But we are, like you said, we're seeing a very good potential buy here at 19.5% decrease in the last 24 hours. There's no way we talked about this in the Hidden Gem series. What am I talking about? It's only been out for a day? Or it's only been on the market for a day? Yeah, we have not talked about Boston on a protocol in the Hidden Gem series, I would say then. Interesting. But, okay, so we see that $4.40 to start. However, just because it's only been out for so many days, this could continue to decrease. There's a lot of coins that just come out, and I see them decrease, over 100% before they start to stabilize and correct themselves. So I'd be very careful about jumping in the first 4 days unless you truly believe this is a huge coin. I would have to take a farther look into what it really entails to give you specifics on whether I think this coin has a very, very long future or long-term future on it. But like I said, you're going to have to, unfortunately, going to have to do a lot more research because with this only being out 4 days, I can't even really do much price analysis for you. Now, I guess not 4 days, but it's only been out for, what is it, just today? So Friday, April 9th. It was just out, today? And so, yeah, it's too early to tell, unfortunately. I think it's going to continue to decrease just because that's based on what we usually see with new coins coming to the marketplace. We see these coins tank pretty fast, and, I can definitely see it tanking a little bit more before a correction and then an increase coming. Johnny, TKO Token Coin. Okay, let's take a look at Token Coin. Johnny, thanks for the membership, by the way. Thanks for joining the membership club. Let's take a look at TKO. Okay, so TKO is one of those coins as well. It looks like that hasn't been out very long. We see it April 7th, a pretty massive decrease. So this is a great example of what we just said. So with TKO, you may have thought you're getting a very good dip price right here around this $2.73. Let's say around April 8th, you're thinking, oh, it's a pretty good dip price. It just came out. I think there's going to be a lot of potential behind this coin. Well, look what happened with TKO. Yeah, so we saw this massive dip, and you may think this is a great entry point. It hasn't been around long enough. You continue to see it decrease all the way down to about $2.24, or $2.27. Can I talk? $2.24. So 273 is actually where, you may have thought it looks like a good entry point. It was a good dipping spot. 273 to 224 is just such a big difference. So you have to be kind of careful on these beginning coins that just release. TKO is no different. I would be a little skeptical of it at first. Obviously, if there's a massive vision behind the coin and you've been following it for a while and you still think it's a safe bet, you can definitely buy it anyway. It does look like this is in a different language, and I don't know if there's English support, so I don't know how much I could read about it. Some of you guys might be able to read it, but definitely not me. So we'll jump back out of TKO. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do much research on it myself. Trap House CEO, BAT. Let's take a look at BAT for Trap House here. So if you guys haven't liked the stream already, definitely like the stream. We are at, looks like 120 likes, 263 viewers right now. If you guys could all like the stream, I really would appreciate it, as we would jump right above that 200 likes bar. So let's take a look at BAT real quickly. So thoughts on OXI, really new. Yeah, BK, let me take a look at that. Thanks for the donation. I really do appreciate it. Anytime we get donations, you guys are first in line. Right after, right after I'm done with BAT, I will take a look at OXI for you. Shoe559, thank you for the $4.20. Hey, can you check out UBX? Been on fire. Yes, I will check out UBX for you as well. So the Base and Attention Token is one we've talked about in the past. I do think there's a lot of potential behind it. We're going to go over BAT pretty quickly here because a lot of people already know what BAT is. And I do think, if you see this green, it's just straight green up there. It's been one of those tokens I've been keeping an eye on for a while because, like I said, it's pretty much been straight green. There's just so much potential behind it. We saw this massive increase in the last 24 hours, about 24%. So do remember that, there is always a dip after something like this. I wouldn't say always, but pretty much always there is a dip after something like this. So wait for this to come down if you're looking to buy. If you're looking to sell, you could take your profits right now and easily buy it at a probably probably an entry point that's going to be cheaper than that here in the next couple of weeks. But if you're looking for a long-term hold, this is definitely one of those coins that could definitely be a good investment. BAT is a fairly, I mean, it's a unique token for sure. So if you don't know about the Brave browser or BAT, definitely take a look into those. Like I said, I think there's a lot of potential behind them. So BK, let's get started on yours, OXI. As I type, I'm assuming you said OXT. Are you talking about OXT? Because there is no OXI, and I was thinking you were talking about OXT originally, but I said OXI. Let's see if BK, if you ended up saying something in the chat after I said OXI. I do not see anything from BK. BK, let me know if I'm on the right coin here of OX. Or I'll take a look at this. I'll take a look at SHU559 first. BK, if you can just send something in the chat, and I'll try to look for it and make sure I'm going to the right coin of OXT. Hey, can you take a look at UBX SHU559? Thank you so much for the donation of that $4.20. We will take a look at UBX for you here quickly. This is Upbots. Upbots is one of those. I think we actually did take a look at this on a Hidden Gem series, and I'm almost positive on this one. We did take a look, and I did think I liked a decent amount of it. I don't know if I called it a Hidden Gem or not. I think it was in the kind of in the between, in the mud there. I thought it had potential behind it, but it wasn't going to be, that 100x that we were looking for. So because of that, it does look like it's at a decent buy price right now. We saw it go all the way up to about 0.85 right now, or not 0.85, 0.089. Sorry, can't read there for a second. So it does look like it went up to about 0.089, and we did see a massive correction down to that 0.074. And now we're seeing it right around that 0.08 mark for the most part. So we're seeing it at a fairly decent price, a fairly decent buying spot. I think Upbots is a pretty cool concept. Unfortunately, I think there is a lot of a lot of coins that are already doing this, or exchanges. So I understand they are all in one trading ecosystem for the modern trader. Trade crypto, DeFi, Forex, commodities manually or with bots on a brand new trading platform built from the ground up on the blockchain by traders. So I think they're going to have a ton of competition. If they do it correctly and they get a lot of people kind of involved and interested in their project, yes, it could be massive. But like I said, there's a lot of these bots already kind of out there. KuCoin has their own. Obviously, this is a little bit different. But, there's a lot of these already taking place pretty much all across the market. I think Upbots could be special. They could be different about how they're doing it. And obviously, they pretty much mainly do, this Upbots, idea because we see trades, crypto, DeFi, Forex, and commodities. So like I said, there could be a lot of potential behind something like this. But I would also this is pretty much the reason I said, may not be that 100x we're looking for, is because of all the competition that I think there is out there on the market. I have had the chance to talk with a lot of different people trying to advertise, on my channel, and I've, denied a lot of them because, there's too much coins to look at right now, and I want to really give you guys good content. But there's like 3 or 4 of them that were talking about their new bots that they were doing, the new crypto marketplace bots that they're starting to introduce. So I think there's a lot of competition coming out, and because of that, I don't think bots is going to be a 100x. Yes, could it increase over time? Yeah, specifically bots is a great, it looks like a great application for the most part. It looks like a great website. It looks like there's potential behind it. So the idea that you can trade it on KuCoin as well is very cool. The availability of it because it's on KuCoin is also very good. So it's not a bad buy. Is it a hidden gem? I don't think it's a hidden gem. If you're looking for a gradual increase though, I think it's a great buy. Bots is one we will continue to take a look at because I do agree with you on that one. As we went to, I just accidentally exited out of my CoinGecko. Let me go back to CoinGecko here. So let's see if he ever said anything about OXT. Does look like we had a couple more donations. So thoughts on MTV and TKY and USDT. Joe, thank you for the donation. We will take a look at that right after SHU559. That is not it. It's UBX. That's the wrong one. Check DSL. Okay, so DSL, I'm assuming, Shu. Let's see here. Oh, and DJ Axe, I almost missed yours because yours didn't come up on the little top bar. I think you have to do over $5 for it to come on the top bar. So if I ever miss, that may be why, unfortunately. But DJ Axe, let's take a look at LTC as well. We do see a SHU559 UBX has been on fire. Was I on the wrong one? So not UBX, you're telling me. Oh my gosh, it's Ubix Networks. I was going to say, I saw Upbots, and I think I wanted to click it because I've seen Upbots so often because we've been looking at that one ourselves. So I see what you're saying. You were looking for UBX. Okay. So let's take a look at UBX and see what's really going on with UBX. As we go down to the very bottom, we do see it is on KuCoin still, so that's still the availability thing that I talked about is relevant. If we go to the last 14 days, we do see a massive increase here, specifically in the last 14 days. I think this will continue to happen with 1,000% increase. Obviously, we are going to have a correction at some point. We haven't really had a massive correction yet, so I would be worried about that coming. But if this has only been out for what? It's only been out since January, so this is one of those coins that you would be getting in at a very good spot at a 0.00349. This could definitely be a hidden gem. Hopefully you've been in for a while. If you're just looking to get in now, you are at a rough spot to get in because you're looking at the highest point on the graph. If you be patient with something like this, and I understand you have the potential to miss out, but if you be patient with something like this, you can get a lot more coins, obviously, if you can buy the dip. There should be a dip coming on something like this. As long as there's not, overhype going on right now with it, you never want to jump in a coin that has FOMO going on at that point in time. So we are Ubix, a digital universe with endless possibilities. So they talk more about their ecosystem. Actually, I feel like I've looked at this one. Is this one that maybe we looked at a hidden gem episode? Maybe I've just been talking about the hidden gem episodes a lot, but I definitely feel like we have looked at Ubix because I do remember seeing this roadmap maybe earlier in this stream alone. But Ubix looks great. I mean, this is one we've definitely looked at. I think it's awesome. I think the idea behind it's pretty cool. And then this increase as well. But I would definitely, like I said, if you're looking to buy in, I would wait for a dip or a correction before jumping in. So let's take a look at some of these other coins because we do have a lot in the queue here of donations. So let's take a look at some of these. So at OXI, BK, let me see if I can find any of your comments, see if you commented about the coin to see if I missed it maybe. What do I think about ontology? Let me take a look at that one, laugh to, in a little bit. It's unfortunately there's going to be, I'm going to have to look through a couple of these comments, make sure I'm getting to everyone who donated. Thank you guys so much for donating. You never have to donate, but I really do appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't see all the spam in the comments. Let me get him real quick. I was up so high, I couldn't see all that. Okay, so that's not it. UBX is the wrong one. Okay, so to let me know, Shoof at 559. If I missed yours, let me know, and I'll get it on a different stream at the very least. I think I got yours now, but thoughts on MTV and TKY in USDT. Joe, let's take a look. Well, actually, we had DJ Axe first. So let's take a look at DJ Axe. He wanted to take a look at LTC, and then we're taking a look at yours, Jode. Thank you so much for the donations, though. I do really appreciate it, guys. If you haven't already, if you're new to the stream or new to the channel, definitely subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, as well as like the stream. Let's try to get above 200 likes by the end of the stream at the very, very least. 200 likes should be very easily doable, as we do have 269 people in here. I can't thank you guys all enough for joining me today. I have been working hard on this channel, and you guys have been working hard on making profits, so it's been working hand in hand together, and I can't thank you guys enough. So Litecoin is definitely a coin that is very popular at this moment. There's a lot of people jumping into Litecoin. I think it's going to continue to be a popular coin. If we take a look at the last 14 days, you are getting in at a decently high price, unfortunately. $223. I do think Litecoin will come down close to $200 again. If you're looking to jump into Litecoin, I would wait a little bit. However, if you're looking to hold Litecoin, I think holding Litecoin right now is a great idea. I think it's it's going to be a coin that continues to rise in price. Will it make you the most out of all coins? No, but is it a guaranteed increase? It's not guaranteed, but it's pretty close to it. I think Litecoin is going to be one of those coins that a lot of people are going to be kind of thinking it was an obvious buy, and they just didn't get in at a good, reasonable time. So I do think Litecoin is going to make its way to $300 very, very easily by the end of 2021. Doing probably more than that as well. Just very, very good, solid coin altogether. If you look at the last 14 days, I would wait for a decrease, though. I know we did see it go all the way to like $240. Yeah, $240. But I think we will see it kind of decrease close to $200 again, $210. So I would wait if you're looking for an entry point. Always let me know, guys, by the way, when you're donating, give me a little bit more than just the coin, so you guys can let me know if you're looking to buy, you're looking to hold, you're looking to short-term sell, just so I have a realistic idea of what you're trying to accomplish. So Joe, thoughts on MTV and TKY in USDT? So I can take a look at one of them. I'll just take a look at the first one. Thank you so much for the $5 donation, though. I do really appreciate it, Joe. As we take a look at MTV, I'm going to take a drink of water here while this loads up. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We have 262 viewers on a very, very nice Friday. Obviously, a lot of people happy with it becoming this, Fire Friday about 3 p.m. So a lot of us are getting done with our work weeks, and a lot of fun to be had this weekend. All right, so MTV, multi-vac. If we go down a little bit, we do see a lot of green. We see a lot of green in the last 30 days, 14 days, year. Pretty much throughout the entire last 30 days, we see a decent increase of a 921%. Multivac is actually, I want to say we looked at this in a Hidden Gem video, but I can't say that for every single one, so I won't even try it on this one. But I do think, Multivac could be fairly high potential on this one. We see linear scalability to infinity, VRF dynamic resharding, distributed storage scheme based on Merkle trees, and then fair mining by everyone as well. So let's see if we can get a brief description so we don't have to read through the whole website to get a good idea of what is going on with MTV. We do see it's available on KuCoin, USDT, BTC, and ETH, which is actually a very big deal, having it available from all three cryptocurrency exchanges. If we go down a little bit more, so what is Multivac? Multivac is the next generation public blockchain platform designed for large scale and complicated decentralized applications. It is high throughput, flexible computation, and infinite expansion. So the idea behind it's great. I mean, obviously, this kind of thing, could take off, and it looks like it has taken off for obvious reasons. Anytime you hear, an about like that and you read, what it's trying to accomplish, it's hard not to, because, that is needed in the market right now. And you're seeing, we're seeing that happen with MTV making very big strides. We're seeing it at about 0.0076. If we go down to the bottom, we do see it about 0.0005 just March 8th. So a massive, massive increase in the last month alone. I do think we're going to continue to see an increase if this, if they hold up to their projects and updates that they're working on. Obviously, I don't know too much about the coin specifically. However, if I dug deeper, I would say based on this price chart alone, if everything's going fine, in the infrastructure of the coin itself, I think this coin will continue to rise. I do think it's a bad time to buy, unfortunately. If you take a look at these high rises, you usually see a high rise and a dip. On this one specifically, we haven't seen the dip yet. We saw kind of a high rise, and it looks like it's trying to attempt a second high rise, but I would wait for a dip if you're looking for an entry point. I think it's maybe a little overpriced. We do see a 921% increase. I do think this one will continue to rise, however. So, if you don't want to miss out and you think it's going to have a good vision, and you don't really want to, like I said, you don't want to miss out and you think it's going to have a good vision, buying in now is not a bad option. So we do have some more comments here in the stream. So let me take a look here and make sure I'm not missing anything. So a lot of people asking about a bunch of different coins, but like I said, let's take a look at MTV just a little bit closer, because you did donate $5. So let's make sure you get your money's worth of investigation here. So if we go to the actual website, we do see that the ecosystem, Multivac creates environment for flexible computation and trusted programming, leading an era of DApp qualitatively to new stage widespread adoption. So they have ecosystem partners, Anchor and Top Network. Not huge names here, these four, but Anchor is fairly decently big. Obviously, a few of these are decent as well. But we do see some keynotes. What are blockchain main challenges today? Let's read about this. So blockchains are currently finding it difficult to realize real-world value. Very accurate, actually. If we go to the top, we can actually read more about this as well. So they are pioneering flexible blockchain platform based on trusted sharding. Multivac does look like a fairly decent investment. So if you're looking to get in something that's a little bit cheaper, maybe a low cap gem, this could definitely be one of those. Like I said, though, we are at a spot. I can't really suggest this as a great entry point. We are at a pretty much, just a green candle at the very least, which is a spot basically where there's an increase without any dips or decreases. So, right now we are at a spot. I wouldn't say it's a great time to invest. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's video, or today's stream. I think we are going to pretty much call it here. We are coming close to an hour. We will probably do a couple hour-long streams per week, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to be in these long hour live streams. We'll probably do one every, I would say, Tuesday, Friday, and then as well as maybe one on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. You guys seem to like to let weekend streams a little bit easier and better, so we'll continue to try to do those live streams on the weekend. Thank you guys. I donated $5.20 and you just blew for this crap coin. This isn't the right one, Shu. Okay, well, hold up, Shu. Sorry, let me go back up there, buddy. I blew over yours for that crap coin. UBX. I thought we were talking about UBX. Let's go over UBX. I don't want anyone to be unhappy, so make sure to contact me if I'm missing a coin or you don't like what I'm talking about specifically on that coin. D-Rev, we're gonna have to just straight up block you from the channel if you continue to spam, unfortunately. But I'll just I'll remove your messages right now. Unfortunately, okay. So UBX is the one we wanted to take a look at, right? Let's do a quick overview of UBX, and then we'll end the stream. Thanks for stream, bro. Hey, we're gonna do streams a lot more often. So every Tuesday, Friday, and probably Saturday or Sunday, I will start streaming about an hour per day. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for these hour streams. But if you let me know about UBX in Discord, Shu for donating. Let me know about UBX in Discord. I will give you a full review on UBX personally on Discord if you weren't happy with what I gave you on the stream. I know it was pretty quick today. We did have about just an hour to stream, so I wanted to make sure I got that stream out for you guys. But, that's going to be it for today's stream. We are going to check back on UBX. I think I might make a dedicated video for UBX for you. I think there is a lot of potential behind a lot of these coins that you guys talked about today. I really didn't see a coin that I didn't like. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys all in the next one.